Hello, everyone. This is Evan, and I'm going to give a recap on Jennifer here. Um, and I want to kind of give an update on everything that's going on and kind of recap everything that's happened already and just kind of bring everyone up to speed with everything and get some more details out there so that people know what's going on. So, for those of you that maybe didn't know, her cancer came back recently and she's been accepted into a clinical trial. I'll get into all that here in just a few minutes. Um, so basically, she had a consultation with a doctor at MD Anderson. It's in Texas, and the doctor performed several tests. Some of those included an updated PET scan and blood work. They did receive records from her local doctor, but they wanted to kind of establish their own baseline and get their own feel and kind of idea of where she was at physically and what was going on and everything. Their results showed that all the tumors that she had grown, and also another tumor had formed just behind her liver, the area behind her liver, and he told her that there was two clinical trials that they were conducting. Both of those were targeting the type of cancer that she has, which is a very aggressive form, and it's called clear cell carcinoma, ovarian cancer, and it's a very rare type, very aggressive, very hard to target and treat. Not to say that it can't be treated. It's just a lot harder to deal with. But he did say that her best chance was to participate in the trial. Um, but even if she did decide to participate, it was still going to be a long shot either way. Um, if she chose not to have any kind of treatment at all and, just say, hey, I'm just going to, live out the rest of my time and if she chose not to do the trial, they projected that she would only have roughly 6 to 9 months left at best. Um, and so she kind of regrouped, kind of, weighed her options, thought everything out. We talked about it as a family. She decided to go ahead with the trial. Um, but just to start the trial, again, for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to throw it out there. Just to start the trial initially costed $80,000. Um, and so obviously that was mind blowing. For all of us, we don't have 80 grand just, you know, sitting on the side, just waiting to be used. So we found a way to come up with that amount of money. It wasn't easy, but we found a way. And Jennifer had her first treatment at the very end of February, and the doctor split it up into two separate days because they wanted the first day just to be kind of a trial run to see how she would do initially, just kind of physically and everything. And they wanted to make sure that she wasn't allergic to anything in the medicine, or that she wasn't going to have a reaction or anything. So they ruled out any problems that she might have. And so after a week, she was able to return home after having both of, well, it was one treatment, but 2 days. Um, so she just completed her second treatment last week, and they make her really, really tired. She's not allergic to anything. She's not susceptible to any kind of risk factors there, but it does just, it wears her out. She gets really tired, just really sluggish. She doesn't feel like talking most of the time. If she does, it's just a few sentences. She does have good days though. Some days she is able to talk, and she feels really good. Um, and she's just after the treatments, it just it's like getting hit by a truck after the day after the treatment, or the couple days after the treatment. Um, so that's where we're at right now. She is in the trial for sure. She's already started it. The trial is going to last for 1 year at least, possibly 2 years, depending on how the trial is being conducted, how she responds to the treatment in the trial. But we know for sure the minimum is 1 year, but it could be extended up to a total of 2 years. The 80 grand was only for her to start the treatments initially. Um, she has to keep paying for the treatments, and everything that comes along with that. None of that is taking into account flights to Texas, back to North Carolina. It's not counting her hotels that she stays at, any form of lodging, food. It's not counting transportation from the airport to the hotel when she's in Texas. It's not counting any transportation, from us here in North Carolina to the airport to then to Texas to the hotel. I mean, it's not counting any of that. So anyone that has donated already, we cannot thank you enough. Um, it just means the world to us. And we're not gonna ask anyone to donate again that already has. Um, if you've already donated once, uh, we really appreciate it. If you want to donate again, that is 100% on you. We will not ask if you've donated again. And if you haven't donated already for whatever reason, we completely understand. We get it. Some people don't feel comfortable either donating through GoFundMe or they're just not, familiar with how that whole process works, donating online and everything. They may have, hesitations or they may not know how to do it. That's completely fine. People have been giving her, money just straight up. People have been writing checks to her. People have asked for her mailing address. People have been mailing in checks to her. There's all sorts of ways to send money because at the end of the day, money is money. It just depends on how she withdraws it, how she actually gets it. But any form of donation is 100% accepted. And again, we cannot thank everyone enough. We appreciate it so, so much. Aside from donating, there's a ton of other things you can do. If you can't donate, right now, or you just can't donate at all for whatever reason, it's completely fine. There's a ton of other ways to help out. You know, if you're the praying type, thoughts and prayers will go a long, long way. You may just, write her a card and, mail it to her, or, if you live nearby, giving it to her in person and just, talking to her for, a second or whatever. She is receiving visitors. She can't always talk a lot because it does just wear her down just to even physically talk. Sometimes wears her down. If it's been like a week or something, 6, 7 days after she's had a treatment, she's usually okay for the most part. But if it's like the first 2 or 3 days after the treatments, oftentimes she doesn't even feel like getting out of bed just because, again, it just takes such a toll because of all the things that are in that treatment. She's basically a human guinea pig, and it does take a huge, huge toll on her. It pretty much sucks the life out of her for a couple days. So she doesn't always feel like visiting, but maybe just reach out to her, send her a message on Facebook. If you have her number, you can text her. You can call her and say, hey, is it cool if I come by such and such a day, whatever. She would love to hear from people and talk to people. Just giving her a simple phone call can go a long way too. Again, donating isn't a make it or break it kind of deal, but we definitely are a long ways away from where we need to be financially. The 80 grand was a big task for us to get in and of itself. And again, that's not counting every other thing that comes along with traveling. And so we really can continue to use support, um, you know, financially and otherwise. So if you can donate, we really, really appreciate it. And if you can't, or you just can't right now, there's again other things you can do. But basically, I'm just gonna wrap this video up. I just wanted to give a recap and kind of an update, and for anyone that was unaware of the situation, to begin with, hopefully this can inform you now and everything. But again, from the whole family, from Jennifer herself, we really, really appreciate each and every one of you. We cannot thank you enough. Feel free to share this video on social media, like, comment, you share it, whatever you want to do. And we hope you all have a great day. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.